Good morning, student. In last video, we discussed about the power sharing with the example of Belgium. In this video, we will explain another example which is mentioned in our syllabus, that is the Sri Lanka. With the help of Sri Lanka, we understand the topic of power sharing. Let's start. In our syllabus, there is another example mentioned of power sharing, that is the Sri Lanka. A little bit information about the Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is an island nation. Island, we can understand this word island. Island means an area which is surrounded by the water. Sri Lanka is an island nation and just a few kilometers of the southern coast of Tamil Nadu. Actually situated in the southern coast of Tamil Nadu, and it has about the 2 crore population. We studied in Belgium, there were about 1 crore people population, and in Sri Lanka just double, there is 2 crore population and exactly about the same as Haryana. Sri Lanka has a diverse population. In Belgium, we also study about the diverse population. For example, we study about the Dutch language speaker. We already done in the French speaking and the German. The same thing, the same ethnic composition is going in the Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, the major social group are the Sinhala speaker. Sinhala is a language, and in Sri Lanka, about 74% of total people are only the Sinhala speaker. It means to say there are majority of the Sinhala community. Second group, about 18%. 18% are the Tamil speakers. 74 Sinhala speaker and 18% is Tamil speaker. In this Tamil speaker, we further divided in a 2 subgroup. Tamil speaker are 18%, and we further divided it in a 2 social group. 2 group. First is the Tamil native of the country. There are number is about 13%. In out of 18% Tamil, 13% are the native Tamil. Native Tamil means the person, the Tamil who born and brought up in the Sri Lanka. They known as a native Tamil. And the rest were the whose forefather came from India. Whose forefather came from India as a plantation workers during in colonial period. Again I am saying 74% were the Sinhala speakers, 18% are the Tamil. In out of 18, 13% are the native Tamil. Native Tamil are those which actually belong in Sri Lanka, and the 5% are those Tamil whose forefather came from India to work as a plantation worker in the colonial period. Colonial period in that time when the British was working, British was forcibly ruling in all over the world, in all over the country like India. In that time, our forefathers went to Sri Lanka they started their work in a plantation, and their numbers were about the 5%. They known as a Indian Tamil. In map we can also see that the Sri Lankan Tamil are concentrated with north and east of the country. When you see the map of Sri Lanka, you can find out the mostly Tamils are concentrated in the north and the east of the country. And most of the Sri Lankan speakers, those were the Sinhala, they are the Buddhist. We can say 74% mostly Sinhala speakers are the Buddhist, while most of the Tamils are Hindu and the Muslim. There are another third division, that is the 7% Christians. The third part is also most important. First part was 74% Sinhala. Second part was the 18% Tamil. We divided 13 and the 5. 13% was the native Tamil and the 5% was the Indian Tamil. And the 7% Christians. Christians mostly Tamils and the Hindus. When we compare this ethnic composition of Belgium and the Sri Lanka, we can understand. In Belgium, rest of the country, Dutch was majority. And in a particular capital, in a particular city, Brussels, French were the majority. And in same condition in Sri Lanka, 74% are Sinhala, who were known as a majority. In this situation, these majority and minority caste can try to capture the power over their country. So now the next topic is what happened when these communities were working as a majority community. The next topic is the majoritism in Sri Lanka. Majoritism, majoritism, majoritism. Before to start this topic, we try to understand the meaning of the majoritism. Majority means any community, any caste who have a majority in terms of number. And exactly, no doubt to say, if any caste, any community have a majority, then that caste or that community will get some special benefit. That caste will get some special right. And the same thing happened in the Sri Lanka. So now the next topic is majoritism in Sri Lanka. Student, write down the definition of this term. You can write the next question. What is the definition of the majoritism? What is the definition of majoritism? majoritism. You can write down the answer. A belief that the majority community, again I am repeating, a belief that the majority community should be able to run a country in a whichever way he wants. Again I am saying, a belief that the majority community should be able to run a country in whichever way he wants, by disregarding the wishes and needs of the minority. By disregarding the wishes and needs of the minority means always a majority community want to run the country, want to rule the country in their own way, and never he feel bothering about the concern about the problem of the minority community. The same thing happened in the Sri Lanka. In 1956, Sri Lankan government passed a act. In 1956, Sri Lankan government passed a act. According to this act, Sinhala community people got special rights. they get the benefit in the admission in the university. They also got the benefit in the government jobs, and they also got a special right in the government. And now this majority Sinhala community neglect the minority community, that were the Tamils and the Christians. The question arises in front of us: what happened? What happened if this type of situation happened in any country? If this type of situation occurred in any country, the first possibility, civil war. Civil war. Civil war means there are two kinds of war: World War and the Civil War. World War means when more than two countries started to fight. That is known as World War. And Civil War when within a country start this war condition. The same thing happened in the Sri Lanka and continue more than 7 years. Civil war continue going in Sri Lanka because Sri Lankan Tamils, Sri Lankan Christians were totally neglect. They did not get any kind of benefit. They did not get any kind of rights. They did not get any type of wealth, because all the rules, all the regulation, all the rights, all the benefit were related only in the Sinhala community. So dear student, with the help of these two examples, now we can understand the power sharing concept. That is the Belgian and the Sri Lanka. We also discuss about the majoritism in the Sri Lanka. This is the first part of our chapter. After second part of this chapter start, and that is the what happened in the Sri Lanka and what happened in the Belgium. And the second thing, why Belgian constitution is known a unique constitution. Actually, which features adopted by the Belgian government, Belgian country, which make that country a unique constitution in all over the world. Now, we summarize all this chapter once again. Sri Lanka is an island nation, just a few kilometers in the southern coast of Tamil Nadu. Second point, it has about 2 crore people, same as Haryana. Third, Sri Lanka has a diverse population. 74% people are the Tamils. 74% people are the Sinhala speaker. 18% are the Tamil. 13 native Tamil and 5% Indian Tamil, and 7% are the Christian. Okay, beta. Now, after this, tomorrow we will start the second part of the chapter. Till then, bye. Again I am saying, stay home. All the instructions follow, which are given by your family members, which are given by the person, which are given by the authority. But the main important thing is stay home. Thank you very much.